Hello, everybody. My name is Lucas. In November 2020, my brother Mateo contracted COVID-19 like so many of us did. But unlike most of us, he hasn't yet recovered. Mateo is now what is known as a COVID long hauler, a title given to those whose COVID symptoms last more than 3 months. So, yeah. In all this time, he's been documenting his ups, downs, victories, and setbacks through journals, medical records, and love letters to you, the listener. And if he's come to one conclusion, it is that COVID is stupid. Happy late November to all the long haulers, to all the short haulers, to all of the no haulers, and to those of you hauling something that nobody ever thanks you for. Right about now, families all over America and beyond are preparing to fight the good fight against their own bodies for that much-anticipated Thanksgiving dinner. The hope is that this will give them the energy they need to push through Black Friday, because that's what feels right. But for others, they may, through mindfulness, rebellion, or, COVID, instead give their energy, their time, and their spoons to a much simpler concept: thankfulness. Taking the time to look not at what you have necessarily, but what is. What is good? What still remains? What you're able to find a place for in your thoughts and say, I will not take this for granted. And all of you out there, we appreciate being part of your life. We really do. We do not take you for granted. And that's what we're going to talk about today. And so, here's my big brother Mateo with Thankful for You.
Hello, friends. With Thanksgiving on the horizon, in America at least, more than usual, I find myself so incredibly thankful for you and thankful for the community that we're creating together. The community that each and every one of you is taking part in creating. Even now, listening to this, you are connecting with the long hauler who sees you where you are and is willing to believe how hard you had to fight to get there. And some days, being believed is enough. Enough to keep us in the fight. Enough to get us to tomorrow. So thank you. Thank you for being here and being part of a community. So much has been taken from long haulers. Parts of self that we thought defined us. The parts that made us who we were. So much of that is just poof, gone. But I see something in the long haulers around me, and I recognize something when I hear your stories. The challenges you overcome every day, every goddamn day. Those things we lost, they don't define us. Hell no. We're not defined by what we lost. We're defined by what remains. So thank you. Thank you for getting back up and making it to tomorrow. My 5th COVID anniversary was November 10th. I spent almost an entire episode talking about Pokemon Go. But near the end, I actually did talk about being sick. And I referenced the work that I put into being okay with not being okay. And a super cool long hauler with incredible handwriting asked a fan-damn-tastic question about that idea. Asked me to spend some time there and take a deeper dive into what being okay with not being okay means for me. It's probably not worded as accurately as the rhyming scheme afforded, but being okay with not being okay sounds a hell of a lot catchier than desperately, constantly, intentionally channeling every bit of energy and focus that I can afford into not spending spoons that I don't have to spare. Am I okay with this? Fuck no. Long COVID can kiss my compression socks. But I have other, more immediate needs that called first dibs on my available energy. Early on, Wifey told me it was good this happened to me, not her, because I'd always been one of the most annoyingly optimistic people she'd ever met. And that character trait plays a big role in becoming okay with not being okay. I'd love to tell you that it makes it easy, but it would be disingenuous to imply that this particular aspect of my personality is more than one single cog in the machine that is my ridiculous recovery choo-choo train back to health. There's medication as well. Bet your ass that's another cog. I'd never taken depression or anxiety medicine before COVID, but I understand the reasoning for being on it now. Depression and anxiety seem like perfectly reasonable responses to this situation. And to make sure that I don't spiral down that drain, every morning I swallow a pharmacy and try my bestest to focus on what I can instead of what I cannot. I remember asking my therapist if she thought I was depressed because I kept taking mental health surveys at doctor's offices. And I don't know if it means I passed or I failed, but they all said the same thing. Congratulations, you're depressed. But I don't feel depressed. So I asked the professional. And she told me, I know you've been giving this a lot of thought because this is probably the 5th time you've asked me and the 5th time we've had this conversation. I'm taking her word on that because I have no memory of times 1 through 4. But therapy is another part of the choo-choo train. I suppose having the short-term memory of a goldfish deserves honorable mention too, because who ever heard of a depressed goldfish? I've also worked very consciously to create a care team that I trust. I trust that they believe me. I trust that they're doing everything they can to help me. And not everybody has that. In fact, some people have the polar opposite of that, and it breaks my heart. Having to battle your doctor? God damn, that makes this journey so much harder than it needs to be. So yeah, a trusted care team is also on the list, as are wifey and kiddo, and having a safe space to heal. My father once told me, don't sweat the petty things and don't pet the sweaty things. And I've thought about that more than once since becoming a long hauler. There's no one thing that I do. I do as many things as I can get my greedy little hands on. But even being a highly medicated optimist with a trusted care team, a loving support system, and really good hair, being okay with not being okay doesn't happen automatically. I still have to channel conscious intention into focusing on what I have to do today to make tomorrow a little bit easier. I spend very little time worrying about tomorrow and even less shaking my fists at yesterday, because both actions rob me of spoons that I need to spend on today. I am so thankful for all of you, and I'm honored to be counted amongst the numbers of such extraordinary, long-hauling humans. Thank you for all the ways you conserve your energy, all the ways you pace yourself, all the ways you stage your life, all the ways you parcel out tasks that you wouldn't have thought possible when you were at your worst. Thank you for taking your meds every day. Thank you for drinking water and stretching. Thank you for all the painful adjustments you've had to make to your diet. Thank you for all the silent times you pushed harder than you thought that you could. Thank you for every fucking night not slept to its fullest. Mainly because nobody ever thanks us for that. Thank you for waking up every day and working as hard as these new bodies and brains will allow. You've come so far. I've come so far. We have come so incredibly far. Farther than we would have thought possible. And I'm very proud of us. And so very thankful to be with you on this ridiculous road back to health. I love you all. I see you all. I would hug you all if I could. You know what? All of you. Hugs. Yep. Bring it in. Seriously, yeah. Line up. We're doing this. The rest of the episode can wait. All right. Oh, hug for you. Oh, hug for you. Oh, that's an extra big hug for you. Oh, Lucas.
Yeah?
Lucas, you might just fast forward because we're going to be here for a bit.
No problem. Take your time.
And finally, big hug for you.
That's so sweet.
Bye-bye.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Whew. Okay. Thank you for the hugs. That was excellent. Strength and health. COVID is stupid.
So for those of you who always wondered, would Mateo hug me all if he could? I think you've got your answer. Because the hugs are love, the hugs are appreciation, our way of showing you that the people who are in this fight with you, who might not always be so easy to find, are here and are real and are holding on to those hugs until we're together again. So in the meantime, why don't you let us know how you're doing? Or where you're doing it? Or if it involved a helping of food that weighed more than the chair that held ya. Any of that can go to covidisstupid2020@gmail.com. And that's stupid with 2 O's, not a U. Or just take that same spelling and look for it on your podcast stations, or your streaming services, or your picture posting platforms. Or you just put down the phone, close the computer, and go spend some time where it matters more. And then, whenever you're ready, whenever you wake up from your nap, or whenever feels like the right time, come back and hang out with COVID is Stupid.